Table tennis has a lot of short rallies, a lot of points where you have little to no work to do. And the reason is a good serve followed up by a killer third ball. And this video takes a closer look into how you can develop your third ball into a true weapon. So hello everybody, welcome back. I'm here in Antwerp in the Kilipong Hall of my sponsor, and today we're going to look at the third ball concept, which I've been asked to make a video of a lot. I think very rightfully so, because it is a crucial shot. It is a very crucial shot to do, to perform well, because it can give you so many easy points without having to play those gruesome rallies. And today we're going to be looking at 5 key points into how to perform a proper third ball, how to set it up, the technique of it, all that kind of stuff. And first up are the main technical key points of how to perform a third ball properly. And basically that boils down to 2 key points. 1, you have to stay low enough after your serve. And 2, this is more forehand related, the end of your shot should stop here, right in front of your head, your forehead, okay? Don't try to buckle your arm, don't let it swing over your other shoulder like in tennis, no, but really stop in time. That is very important. And as to the first technical key point of standing too high after your serve, also this is quite a general principle, but it's mainly just because sometimes the ball will come half long, will come a bit higher, a bit lower, depending on. Basically, you just have to be ready for whatever comes your way, and you do that by standing low enough after your serve. Standing too high means that if the ball should come low, that you have to take your time to get low first before you can really play that shot properly, and by then too much time has passed. Next up is to not always play where the ball is coming from. That is something that I struggle with a lot personally, because changing directions is not so easy to do, but it is quite effective. And what do I mean with changing directions? Let's say if you serve a diagonal serve and the ball is pushed back to your backhand, that you don't just play diagonal once more. From a stepping out perspective of the opponent, it is much easier for them to catch that ball than to catch the ball that will come on the other side if you play down the line. So really try to be a little bit mindful about it and not just play in one place. It also means, on the other hand, that you don't just play down the line all the time, but that you sort of mix it up and again, be mindful, be thoughtful about it. Then is not to be scared about serving an upspin serve. Also here, it is about multiple reasons. On an upspin serve, it is not so easy for your opponents to receive short, which leads to them opening the game a bit faster, thus you starting a lot earlier with a third ball or with whatever. So the game is pulled open immediately. That is one reason. The other reason is that normally a good upspin serve diminishes the quality of your opponent's flicks. And as a result, that leads to you getting quite a good ball on which again you can attack, which you can exploit. So because of those 2 reasons, it is very beneficial to serve upspin serves. And this is quite generally speaking, but normally if you serve in the short forehand, it should be more effective than in the short backhand. In the short backhand nowadays, especially in the modern game, a lot of people have quite good flicks with their backhand, banana flicks, backhand flicks, however you want to call it. But the forehand flick is often very lacking with players, so that is a part of the table of the game that you can really exploit. So again, once more, try to really not be too scared of upspin serves, because they can give you some good opportunities for the next ball. Next is to really look up the middle. Generally speaking, this is a part of the table, again, which you should always be mindful of, because it is really an opening of, or a weak point of people's game. So if you play there, normally it is always quite a good strategy, even more in a third ball context. Because let's say if you want to finish the point, then going to the middle is always a good solution. And you would be really kicking yourself if you get a good chance, a good opportunity to finish the point, but you would play that ball in the racket instead and afterwards still manage to lose a point. That is really frustrating. So you really want to go more to the middle than to the rackets or the forehand or the backhand, whatever. And then also, even on a good receive of your opponent, it is often still beneficial to try to really look up the middle, because as I said, it is often a weak point in the game of players, and because it's not so easy to find the difference. If you want to play backhand, if you want to play forehand, you have to create a bit more space. So because of those reasons, going to the middle is almost always a good solution if you play that ball correctly and with enough quality. Last up is to really practice your step around and your half long. When you get a good opportunity to finish a point, to win the point, let's say you serve a good serve with no spin or with upspin, hypothetically, and you get a high receive back. On those balls, you want, of course, to finish the point. And it's not always so easy to get a high ball in backhand and to play a very qualitative ball on that. So therefore, if you step around rather quickly enough, you can take it with forehand, and with forehand it is much easier to get high balls, to play balls that come a little bit over your shoulder. So try to think of that, and also the half long, because that is a part of the game that is often overlooked by players. But if you play your cards right, and if you play that ball properly, you can also really exploit half long receives. And the mistake that a lot of people make there, and something which I also covered in a video on the half long forehand, is that people often let a ball that comes half long, they let it drop too much, and then they're forced to lift up that ball, to carry up that ball, and to really play a ball that is lacking in quality and immediately gives the initiative to your opponents. So you don't want that, okay? So those two, if you get a good opportunity on a half long ball or a high ball in backhand, try to practice sometimes stepping around and try to really capitalize on those opportunities. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Hope you got something from this video, because it is not something I often think about, to be honest. I'm not somebody who really focuses on the third ball, more so on the first, the serve or the receive, and the fifth ball. That's just how my game is built up, how it is constructed. Nevertheless, I of course know the efficiency, the benefits of a third ball, so that's why I thought it was useful to make this video. And also a lot of you thought it was useful for me to make a video. So then again, thank you for watching, hope you got something from it, and I see you in the next video. Hopelijk staat dat in het beeld nog, hè?
Heel breed. Ja, maar met die altijd. Het is veel breder dan die. Ja, dat is een kosten. En die heb je maar is dat ook zo? Ja, ik heb altijd het gevoel dat die veel breder beeld heeft. Dat je ziet hoe groot de range dat je met deze hebt, dat is crazy hoor. Als dat er niet op staat, dat zou heel straf zijn. Je moet dat zien dat je met film zet. En die foto heeft een bredere range dat je in film gaat.
Zie je dit?
Oei.
Zie je dit?
Oei, nee, zelfs breder.
Maar ja?
Nou, dat heb ik niet gegeven. Dat heb ik niet gegeven. Zie dat je grotere